Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, BigCurryBox12 here with another Realm of the Mad God Guide video. And I know, 2 in a row, 2 in 1 week, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I've had, a little bit of time on my hands. I don't have a lot of homework this weekend. It's mainly just read my book, and that's easy. So, and I like making these videos. These guide videos are really fun. I like it. And so today what I have for you is the first ability comparison guide that I have. Last time I concluded my armor guide video with Mad Lab versus G-Sork. And if you haven't seen that, link in the description below. It was my most recent guide video. So today I have the Elvish Quiver, the Quiver of Elvish Mastery, versus the Quiver of Thunder, or QOT. And this is probably going to be one of the most popular requests, so I'm going to get this one out of the way, besides the wizard with the UT spell and possibly the shield. And also, this is a guide that I probably would have loved to see whenever I was more of a new player. So, and it's, it's kind of interesting. So, what do we have here? The Quiver of Elvish, I'm just going to call it Elvish. Elvish. Tier 6 Quiver drops from Oryx the Mad God. It's a top. It's the blue one. It costs 75 MP. It does between 290 to 360 damage, so an average of about 320. It has a range of 15, and the world-famous effect, it paralyzes for 3 seconds. It's good. It also gives you 5 dex, 2 vit, and 2 wisdom, so a little bit of stat bonuses there. All of the quivers, like this is the only quiver that gives you vit and wiz. That's what all the tops do. All the tier 6 abilities give you 2 vit, 2 wiz. I don't know why. Just a theme. And 5 dex on the archer is really good, because if you're using Hydra, that would be 5 and 5, so you would have 60 dex, because you max at 50 plus 10, which is really good, especially if you're using the Coral Bow, which has 125% increased rate of fire, plus 60 dex. Really good. Really good. Even on Doombow, makes you shoot that Doombow faster. It's just good all around. And 4% fame bonus. Okay, so with that in our minds, we move over to the Quiver of Thunder. How could we match a quiver like Elvish? Well, Quiver of Thunder. Can't you just hear the lightning in your head? It's a good quiver, let me just say. Back in the day, this thing was, highly sought after. Even now, like, I had 2 quats, I think. I've never gotten one as a drop. But I bought one on UT weekend, and then I bought a second one and sold it for more. I bought it for 6 life, sold it for 8. Something like that. Anyway, that's my story. Moving on. So instead of costing 75 MP, it costs 100. So it's kind of a lot. It's, it's 25 more. Not too much, but in Realm, you usually only have about 200 MP, unless you're maxed. Even then, you max at 252, so it's not very much more. So, yeah, it costs more, but what's the catch? It does 310 to 360 damage, an average of 335. So it does more damage. Alright, cool. That's awesome. Same projectile speed and range, 15. But instead of paralyzing for 3 seconds, you daze for 4 seconds. Now, daze is really an interesting thing, because how often do you get dazed? Only at 01, right? Only at 01. And so what that does is whenever you hit an enemy with that, for 4 seconds, their shots are cut in half. Take O2, for example. It has 3 shots. Cut that in half, it rounds down to 1. It doesn't go 1.5. That's not possible. It doesn't round up to 2. It rounds down. So it's actually in your favor. It makes that O2 shotgun not that all scary, and you can dodge it much easier. It's very good, but just make sure you don't miss, because this is the only quiver with a cooldown of 6 seconds, so after you use it, it's dazed for 4 seconds. You have to wait 2 more before you can use it again. Plus, it's 100 MP, so you can really only fire off 2 at a time. Anyway. Okay, and 6% fame bonus. Doesn't matter, but just thought I would tell you. Oh boy. We got ourselves some great material right here. Some great items. Which one's better? This is why I love abilities. Both of them are amazing in their own way. You can't really pick one over the other because there are so many situations whenever each one would come in handy. But if I had to pick one to keep, like if I just had to drop one, well actually that's not a good example, because if I had to drop one I would drop the Elvish because I could go out and buy one. But if I had to pick one to use forever, let's say you're putting one away, and you're just going to use this one forever, I would pick Elvish. Because a Paralyze is just too overpowered. And think about it. I mean, if Nut Rage is coming at you, and you are on an archer, rather than Nexus, wouldn't you rather shoot your Elvish Quiver to paralyze them? Instead of shooting your Daze? Doesn't slow her down at all. She's still coming at you, and it's only 4 seconds of safety before she freaking just blows up. Not to mention, Quiver of Thunder does not pierce, unlike the Quiver of Elvish. Which is kind of bad, because what if you hit Nut's elements instead? Looks like you're gonna Nexus. So yeah, definitely Quiver of Elvish Mastery is a great quiver, and I would definitely recommend that one over the Quiver of Thunder, only because a Paralyze would save you instead. Quiver of Thunder is still amazing, and I have been searching for one all my life, all my year and a half, 2 years of Realm. I'm still waiting until I get it as a drop. That'll be the day. I'll put that up on YouTube. That'll be great. But yeah, both of these quivers are very good. If you can get your hands on both of them, that's amazing. I use them as swap outs. The best known combos are Debo with Quat, also with Spectral and Pyrrha, because think about that. 5 attack really goes far on the Doombow. Like, it's not like adding 5, like, say the Rogue, plus 5 attack, 55, not a big deal. But take 75, 5 more, 80. Okay, now let's take the 3 from Spectral, and the 4 from Pyrrha, now we have 87. That is a lot. You can one-shot gods for days. Almost on every single shot, you can one-shot them. Now, back on the topic of Godlands farming, which one would you prefer? Elvish and Coral Bow? That's usually the combo, because Elvish gives you more dex, and the Coral Bow shoots really fast. So you have a lot of DPS with that. Or Quat and Doombow, because your attack is crazy. Well, Quat and Doombow is only a good combo if you can hit your mark. If you can hit every single god with one shot, you're going to kill them in almost one shot every single time. And, you know, one shot pretty much every single time. It's not going to change. But if if you have to shoot a couple of shots before actually hitting them, you should be wearing Coral with Elvish. Because you can make room for mistakes. You shoot so fast that by the time you've made all those mistakes, your enemy's already dead. With Doombow, you only get one shot. You just have to keep on doing that until finally you kill it. It would be to your advantage, and less time, my bad. It would take much less time to kill your gods. Especially for clearing waves of gods, your Elvish Quiver will pierce through all of them, paralyze them, and you can set up your shot. If you want to use Elvish and Doombow, that's fine too, because then you can paralyze them all, hit them all with Doombow in one shot. That's very fun. But it's whatever you want. Combos are kind of a key element in this game now. I like to think of it as a little bit of a strategic game, because when we get down to it, it's really just grind. Grind, grind, grind. There's not a whole lot of strategy to the game, but I like to think that there is, and it adds some more excitement to the game that I feel like it might be losing. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been Towar's Realm of the Mad God Guide video, and leave a comment for what ability guide you want me to do next, because these are fun. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I love these videos, and hopefully you do too. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. And as always, check out the next episode whenever I post it, which will probably be soon. Alright, see ya.